Assalamu alaikum students. Today I'm going to solve questions related to volume and surface area. Basically, this is mensuration sheet and two of the concepts. Number one, sector area and arc length. Second one was perimeter and area are already covered in the previous videos. Now, this is the third video related to the same mensuration sheet, and I have selected paper 2 questions only on volume and surface area. The first question, it is, you can see it is the half of the sphere. So let me give you the background of the sphere. Sphere is like a ball. It is a 3D shape like a ball. Its 2D shape is a circle, but when the circle changes into the 3D form, it makes a sphere. So sphere has only one variable involved, important, which is called radius. So if you know the radius, you can find the volume of the sphere. Now, the volume of the sphere, this formula will be provided to you in the final exam. So, 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So, this is the volume of a sphere. It will be provided to you. The second thing is called SA, which is the surface area. Surface area is the area which is on the sphere, not inside, outside. The cover, which is basically the outer portion, and we don't include the inside portion. So this is the surface area. I didn't say total surface area because this is only one covered thing which covers the whole sphere. So that's why the formula for surface area is 4 pi r squared. Now, the interesting thing is these two formulas will be provided in the IGCSE exam. Okay. Um, what are the things related to sphere? There is one thing related to sphere, that is the half sphere. The half sphere is called hemisphere. In hemisphere, obviously the volume will be, examiner will give you this volume, and you will write the volume of a hemisphere. Just in the place of 4, you write 2. So the volume of a hemisphere is 2 over 3 pi r cube. Basically, it is the half of the volume of a sphere. What about the surface area? Same thing, the half of surface area. But now I'm going to use not surface area. I will use TSA, any total surface area. The total surface area is the curved surface area plus the bottom, which is a circle. The bottom is a circle, and if you know the radius of the circle, so the area of the circle is pi r squared, and the curved surface area, which is this curved path. So take the half of that, which is 2 pi r squared. So 2 pi r squared plus pi r squared, it is 3 pi r squared. No need to memorize it. Examiner will give you the surface area of a hemisphere and volume of a hemisphere. From this, you will construct the formulas for the volume of hemisphere, which is 2 over 3 pi r cubed, and also the total surface area. Why total surface area is important in the hemisphere? Because we have the curved part, curved surface area, and the bottom part, which is in the form of a circle. So this is the circle. So we add the two areas, which comes to us 3 pi r squared. This will be called the hemisphere. If the hemisphere is open from the bottom, you don't include the circle. But if it is a solid hemisphere, then definitely there is a bottom, which is a circle. So we will write pi r squared. So in other words, I will say that if it is open, then that total surface area will be just 2 pi r squared. But if it is a solid hemisphere, then the total surface area will be 3 pi r squared because it includes the circle as well. This is the whole discussion which is required in the IGCSE. Another thing Sometimes examiner gives you the volume and he asks you to find the radius, so we send the things to the other side. Sometimes he gives you the total surface area, and we send the things on the right hand side to make radius as a subject. So I think when we solve the question over there, you will understand it more. So let's go to the questions. The first question is that hemisphere has a diameter 8. So if the diameter is 8, then our radius will be 2.5. Now, so if your radius is 2.5, as I told you that in the exam he will give you the volume of a hemisphere, volume of a sphere. So can we just quickly write from here the volume of hemisphere, which is 2 over 3 pi r cubed. So 2 over 3 pi, and the radius is already given to us, 2.5 whole power 3. Then easily we can calculate the volume of a hemisphere. Next question is a cuboid. Any rectangle shape which is 2D, when we make this rectangle as a 3D shape, then it turns into a cuboid. So this shape which is in front of you, it is a cuboid shape. Let me explain you about cuboid, boys. The cuboid is like this. Cuboid has length, has width, and height. So in IGCSE, if he asks you what is the volume, so you write length into width into height. Examiners sometimes ask you surface area, total surface area. So total surface area is mainly depending upon how many faces are seen here. So for example, we have LW, we have L times W, the bottom face. We have the right hand face, W times H, and we have the front face, which is H times L. You need to times with 2 because we want to, find the uh, area of all the 6 faces, because I found the area of 3 faces, then times with 2. This is the total surface area. Another important thing in cuboid is, guys, if examiner joins the opposite corners. So opposite corners, if he joins, then we can find its length, and the formula is length square plus width square plus height square if you join the opposite corners. But if you join the corners which are on the base, then Pythagoras theorem is L square plus W square. Sometimes the examiner asks you what the line, the diagonal is making angle with the base. So at that time, we will find x and consider it as a right angle triangle. And then SOHCAHTOA can be applied to find the required angle. So let's see what is this question all about. This question, he provided us the volume. So as you know, volume is equals to length, width, and height. Length is given, width is given, but the height is not given. So let's try to find height first. So volume is given 21, length is 7, and width is 1, and the height we can easily find. So 7 goes to the other side. So 21 divided by 7 is equal to h. So h is equals to 3. Now we want to find total surface area. As I told you, you need to take the 3 faces. Number one, 7 times 1, then plus 1 times, what is the h we found? 1 times 3, then 3 times 7. After finding the 3 faces, now times with 2, you will get the total surface area. Next, this we have a cylinder, which is also a prism. um, if we have a circle and we take the circle back, we get a cylinder. Now cylinder, in the final exam, he will not provide you the volume of a cylinder and its surface area. So let me explain you how to construct the formula for the volume. For the volume, guys, you need to know the front area. The front area is pi r squared. because any prismatic shape, you need to, any prism, the volume of any prism, you need to find the front area or the base area, front area, we call it cross sectional area, times the back length. This is your height, or you can call it as your back length, that length which goes all the way back. And the cross section, if you cut it um, from anywhere, that gives you the same area. So this is our back length, which is the height. So pi r square h is the volume of a cylinder. Now, what about any prismatic shape? If you want to find its surface area, basically I will use the word total surface area. Why total surface area? Because this shape has three parts: curved surface area, plus front, plus back. Now, curved surface area, if you want to find this, you need to find the perimeter, which is the circumference. And what is the circumference? That is 2 pi r. Again, multiply with the back lengths. So 2 pi r times h will be the curved surface area of this cylinder. But till now, we didn't include the front and the back. The front is pi r square area, and the back is also pi r square. If you want to simplify, so 2 pi r h plus pi r square is 2 pi r square. So, guys, you can see that I have found the total surface area and the volume of a cylinder. Sometimes examiner is telling you that we have open cylinder. So open cylinder, it has the base, but there is no opening. In this case, our total surface area will be curved surface area plus just the bottom, which is a circle. So the curved surface area, you find the perimeter, which is 2 pi r, any circumference, times with the height, it gives you the curved part. And now you want to get the bottom is pi r squares. So this is for open cylinder. But if the examiner says solid cylinder, so solid cylinder, you have the top, you have the bottom, and you have the curved part. And the solid cylinder surface area is this one, which I have explained it to you. Now let's come to the question. He said that the height of the cylinder is 20 and the area of a cross section. Beautiful. He didn't tell us what is the radius. So he gave you the cross sectional area. And in prisms, if you know the area, you just need to any the the cross sectional area times the height, which is 20, that will give you the volume. So the cross sectional area was 74 times 20 will give you this answer. Now this is similarity concept, and those students who solve the similarity worksheet, they can easily simplify it. We want to compare volume with the height. So let me write here, guys, height of A, height of B versus volume of A, volume of B. What are the things given to me? Volume or surface area is given? No, surface area is given. So the guy has given us. So let me write here area. That's better. Area of A, or let me write here surface area of A and surface area of B. Copy what are the things given. This is 10. Height of B we want to find. Surface area A, it is 440 centimeter squared. The surface area of B is 3960. Now, my friends, I want to find the height. If you want to find the height, you have to write the powers here. What are the powers I will write? Normally, we write height cubed, yani height of A, height of B, and here is their not cube, square for the areas, and this is area of A and this is area of B. But if you want to write uh, the square on the other side, so it becomes square root. So 1 over 2 and 1 over 2. This one represents the heights, and 2 represents the areas. Okay, guys, let me explain you again. If heights are if heights are given and you want to find one of the area, so A stands for area. This is area and this is length. So my friends, if you want area, you will write here, yes, come on, 2 over 1, 2 over 1, and then you do the cross multiplication. If you want area, sorry, if the area is given and the length is to be found, so at that time you will write here 1 over 2 and then do the cross multiplication. If he gives you the length and you want to find the volume, so let me write it here. If you want to find a volume, then I will write it here 3 over 1, 3 over 1. If volume is given and length is to be found, then you write here 2 over, sorry, if you want to find this, then you write 1 over 3 and then do cross multiplication. Next, area versus volume. Now, if you have area and you have volume, and if you want to find volume here, then you write 3 over 2 and then do the cross multiplication. If volume is given and you want to find area, one of the area, then this time you write 2 over 3 and do the cross multiplication. Now, in this case, I wanted to find the height. Let me write it again for you guys. What is given? Areas are given. So 440 is the area of A, and this is B. B's area is 3960. If you want to write the units along with them, it's up to you. Now, under A, you will write its height, which is 10 centimeters, and we want this height. So since I want to find the height, I need to write here 1 over 2 and then do the cross multiplication. If you don't want to write units, don't write it. We know our answer will come in centimeters. So 440 square root times h is equal to 10 times square root of 3960. H is equal to 10 times 3960 over square root of 440, and then we get the final answer. Next, you can see the shape. It is made up of cone and a cylinder. Let me discuss with you what is a cone. Likewise, sphere, he will provide you the volume and the surface area of the cone. Let me explain you what the cone looks like. The cone looks like this. The volume of the cone is 1 over 3. What is the top area? The top area is pi r squared. The radius is given to us, pi r squared. This is the area times the height. of the cone. So pi r square h, 1 over 3 pi r square h is the volume of a cone, and this formula will be provided in the IGCSE exam. Now I will write total surface area. Why total surface area? Because cone has two parts: the curved surface area, the curvy part, and the top, which is a circle. So the curved surface area, yes, boys, this might be a new thing for you because this is a slanted length. This is not the height, L. And that will be given to you pi r L. Pi r L is the curved, um, if the curved surface area, and L is the slanted height, not the vertical height. And the top circle is the area of a circle is pi r squared. Now the relationship between r, h, and L, you guys can easily see the slanted length is equal to radius squared plus height squared, which is the Pythagoras theorem. So height is discussed, the volume is discussed, and the total surface area of the cone is discussed with you. Now, if we see the question, the shape which is in front of us, it is made up of cone and a cylinder. He said that a container is made up of a cylinder. Okay, okay, we know that's the first statement is done. We can also see the diagram. The cylinder is filled completely with water. The cylinder is completely filled with water. The container is turned upside down. Okay. So now the new level is D. The previous level was 4.8 plus 12, but now it is D. We need to find the depth of D simply. The depth of D, uh, the volume V, as I told you that the cone volume will be given to you, but the cylinder volume will not be given to you. So let me write all the information for cylinder. The cylinder is pi r square, the base area times height. Okay, so this is the volume of a cylinder. So can I find the volume of a cylinder because the water inside it is occupying the shape of a cylinder. So volume of the water, it is pi, radius is 5, and the height is 12. So this is the volume which is occupied by the water. But then they turned it upside down. Now this volume, if you allow me, I can find it. It is equals to what? Pi times 25 times 12. This volume is 300 pi. 300 pi. I don't turn it into decimals because I want to keep it as an exact form. So 300 pi. Now this 300 pi is basically equals to cone in the upside situation, the full cone. So volume of a cone, you already know, 1 over 3 pi. Do we know the radius? Yes, we know the radius. The radius was 5. So 5 squared. Do we know the height? Height is the same, guys. You know that the height is 4.8. Very good. The only problem happened here with the height of the cylinder. So be careful, guys. We saw in the previous case the height of the cylinder was, the total height was 12, and this was 4.8. Now this height is shortened. We want D, and D is equal to what, and how can we get that height? Because this is, if we simply say, if this one is 4.8, then this remaining will be D minus 4.8, because the total is D, and that height which we don't want to take 4.8, which is already considered. So we want to consider only this height, which is D minus 48. So the new volume of the cylinder is pi Radius square, radius is the same, pi r square, and the height now is d minus 48. Now, can we simplify it? We can simplify the right hand side, which is 1 over 3 times pi times 5 squared times 4.8. So, my friend, I got my answer 40 pi. So, this is 40 pi, this is 300 pi, and let me simplify, this is 25 pi and d minus 48. To simplify, pi and pi cancelled, so 300 minus 40 divided by 25 is equal to d minus 48. So 300 minus 40 over 25 gives me 52 over 5. So plus 48 is equal to d. So plus 48. So it gives us 58.4. That is the question. Now let's move on to the next. He's talking about a cone. The radius of the cone is to be found. So this is your cone. Radius is required. Volume is given. Height is also given. 14.8. The formula for the volume of a cone is 1 over 3 pi r square h. Volume is 275. 1 over 3 pi. The radius squared, we want it, and the height is 14.8. Send everything to the right hand side. This 3 is in the denominator, so I'm going to write times 3 divided by pi also went down, 14.8 also down, and then take the square root. That will be the radius. Next, a solid consists of a metal cube with hemisphere inside it. Um, so the radius of the hemisphere is 2.5. So what is he doing? He wants to cut the hemisphere from the cuboid shape. So what is the cuboid? Is a cube or cuboid? It's a cube. So 7 by 7 by 7. So the volume of the solid, so cube minus hemisphere. Cube is 7 times 7 times 7, and hemisphere is 2 over 3 pi. Radius is 2.5 raised by 3, and then you get your final answer. Volume of a hemisphere is the radius given. Yeah. So this is the full volume of a hemisphere. Full volume of a sphere. So the hemisphere is 2 by 3 pi. Radius is given to me 3.2 cubed, and then you get the answer. Volume of a cuboid. So cuboid is like this. The base area is 6. Height is not given. It's a prism. Volume is base area, who's 6 times 6, it is 36. Base area times or length into width, or length into width, which is a square, and times height we want to find. This is 180. Since the base is a square, so 6 times 6 times height, so 180 divided by 36. Whatever the answer comes, you write it here. Volume of a cylinder. This is your cylinder. Radius is 5. Height is 8. Volume is pi r square h. Pi radius is 5 squared, and the height is 8. And you get your answer. Don't forget your units will be centimeter cubed. Next, we want to find the angle between AG AG and the base. So did he provide us the height? No, he didn't tell us what is the height. Volume is given, so this will help us to find the height of the cuboid. So volume 495 is equal to 20 times 5.5. This is my length, this is my width, and I want to find the height. And so height 495 divided by 20 times 5.5 is equal to h. So 495 over 20 times 5.5, it gives us 4.5. So the height is 4.5. Now I want this angle. You can find this, which is 20 squared plus 5.5 squared, because the bottom uh, face, it has a right angle triangle ADC. By using Pythagoras, we can find AC. Now I can apply tan theta is equal to height is 4.5 over square root of 20 squared plus 5.5 squared. I send the tan to the other side. So theta is equals to shift tan 4.5 over square root of 20 squared plus 5.5 squared. Whatever the answer comes, you write it here. Now we have to find the volume of a cuboid. Easy. So 8 times 4 times 6.5. The we want to find the surface area, total surface area, 2 times 9.5 times 5 plus 5 times 7 plus 7 times 9.5, and then you write your answer. Hemisphere, we want to find the total surface area. So he will provide you the surface area of a sphere. So surface area of the sphere is 4 pi r squared, but hemisphere is 2 pi r squared. So 2 pi r squared, and the radius is 7, so 7 squared. So this will give you 98 pi. That is the surface area of hemisphere. Now look at that, the base is not included in the surface area since it is connected with the top of the cylinder. So bottom of the hemisphere and the top of the cylinders, they are connected with each other, so no need to find the area of top of the cylinder or bottom of the hemisphere. Just you need to take the curved part of the cylinder. The curved part of the cylinder is 2 pi r. Why curved part? How I got it? The radius is 7. So 2 pi r, yani 2 pi 7 is the circumference. Multiply with the height. This will give you guys the curved surface area of the cylinder. And is it a solid cylinder? So we need to take the bottom as well. So the bottom is, guys, pi times 7 squared. So imagine we got three surfaces. First of all, the surface of the hemisphere, which is 2 pi r square, and we found out it is 98 pi. And then we got 14 times 12. It gives us 168 pi, which is the um, area of the curved surface area of the cylinder, and the bottom is 49 pi. We need to add all these areas to get the total surface area of the solid. So imagine 4 marks it has. So total surface area of a cuboid, 2 times 12 times 5 plus 5 times 7.5 plus 7.5 times 12, and then you get your answer. Total surface area, he gave us the high volume. So 21 is equals to 7 times 1 times height. So 21 divided by 7. So height is equals to 3. Now I can easily find the total surface area. 2 times 7 times 1 plus 1 times 3 plus 3 times 7. And then you get your answer. Solid cylinder. Solid cylinder. Guys, solid cylinder means you have to include the top, which is pi r squared. You have to include the bottom, which is pi r squared. So pi radius is 3 squared. So 9 pi has to be considered. And here pi times 3 squared. So 9 pi has to be considered. What about the curved part? The curved part is, you remember, we have to take the circumference, which is 2 pi r. Radius is 3. So 2 pi r times the height, which is 4.5. So let me get it. 6 times 4.5. It gives us 27 pi. So can we add all of them? 9 pi is the top, 27 pi is the curved, and 9 pi is the bottom. So this is the bottom, this is the top, and this is the curved. You add them up and get your answer. Anyways, guys, that's all with the paper 2 questions. Inshallah, next video I will prepare on the difficult questions which comes in paper 4. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.